We are going to do notes for simplifying expressions, which is combining like term and distributing. First thing you need to do, because I found a mistake, is mark out this last one on the right side, because that is wrong. And underneath it, put negative 2x plus 9. I found that mistake after first class. So fix that right away. Okay, now we're going to fold the paper down. Don't worry about this top line. Just fold it down so it touches the other side. Fold the paper down. Then grab your scissors. And open up your paper so you can see both the top and the bottom of the foldable. So that way you only cut the top of the foldable on the dotted line, like this. Okay, so only cut it on the dotted line, only the top layer, not the bottom layer. So you have it folded down, you kind of lift it up, cut on the dotted line. And then you should be able to do like this. So the left side is all about combining like terms. The right side is all about the distributive property. Okay, now you shouldn't need scissors, so you can put those up. So let's go ahead and get started. If you have colored pens or markers, you can use those if you want on your notes. Or you can use a pencil or a pen. It's up to you. I like to use different colors, so you'll see me using different colors. So let's look at combining like terms. You should remember this from junior high. Combining like terms, we're going to look for like terms and then combine them by adding or subtracting and then rewriting the expression. So on here, we're going to underline the variables and the variable terms. So underline 4x and 3x. And look at what 4x and 3x make. It's 7x. We're going to put a box around our constants, which is no variable at all. And I'm going to include the operation with it. Okay, we'll send it together. So we combine these and we get 15. So then you rewrite. You always want to put the variable term first and then the constant. So that's why it's 7x plus 15. So let's open it up and we're going to fill in the blank. Like terms have the same variable. The variable is the letter. My husband always said math was easy until they started adding some letters. Then it got hard. But algebra, we have letters that represent variable. Like terms have the same variable to the same exponent. Exponent is like the squared or cubed or to the 4th power. It's that little number on top. Like terms can be combined. So we have a list of like terms and unlike terms here for you to see. Like terms have the same variable like x here, but they may have a different coefficient. Coefficient's the number in front. Unlike terms have different variables than each other, or they may have the same variable but to a different power. Or it could be a variable and a number. So let's practice. We have 6 problems that we're going to practice. I'm going to do a couple with you, then you're going to do a couple. Look at the first one. 8n minus 6n. So I'm going to underline the like terms that have the same variable. Kind of like the bell ringer today with the burgers. 5 8n, I take 6n away. What do I get? 2n. I'm just going to put a little check mark right there. This is to help me check my work. Now look at the next one. What can you combine? 12 and 8. Let's go ahead and put boxes around our constant. So I'm going to do a positive 12 and a negative 8. And 12n doesn't have a partner. It doesn't have a like term. So we're just going to keep it because our variable term should go first. 12 minus 8? Yep. So plus 4. Let's put boxes around our answers. 12n plus 4 is number 2 because we were able to combine these two. So let's check it off. 12n plus 4. Now go ahead and do the next one. Even if it's in a different order, you still can combine. Going to underline my variable terms. Six n minus 2n. 4n. And then the 11 is lonely. It just goes out there. It doesn't have anything to combine with. All right, we'll come back to these other 3. So we're going to go to the distributive property now. So go ahead and close that. Let's go over to the distributive property. Does this look familiar? Maybe a little? No? It's okay if it doesn't, but it does. So the way I think about distributive property is like the mailman. The mailman distributes mail, right? So let's say he has some junk mail that he delivers, and he has to deliver it to every single house in his zone. So it's kind of like the 6. The 6 is the junk mail. What's inside the parentheses is his zone. He's going to take that junk mail to every single house. So I like to use arrows. So whenever you show your work, the way you're showing your work is using the arrows. Just so I know that you know what you're multiplying by. So it's the 6. So circle the 6. That's what I'm distributing. So you multiply coefficients, which a coefficient is a number in front of your variable. So 6 times 1x would be 6x. And then you multiply 6 times 2 to get 12. Hopefully that rings a little bit of a bell. So let's look at our examples. We have a few more of these than the other. So circle what you're distributing and use an arrow. Yep, we're going to circle the 2. Use arrows to distribute it. So we have 2 times x is 2 times 6, 12. All right, awesome. Now go down and check it off, and then go to the next one. sure you write down your answer and put a box around it. So, like that. All right, let's do the next one. We're distributing the 12 this time. So 12 times x, 12x. 12 times a negative 2. Multiply. What is it?
24.
24, right. Is it positive or negative? Negative. Do y'all remember those rules? Whenever you multiply numbers that are different signs, if they're the same signs, it's always positive. So negative times a negative is positive. But if they're both, or if they're different signs, then it's a negative. These are different signs. That's a negative 2. Even though it says minus 2, if you leave off the x, this is x minus 2, but if you leave off the x because we're multiplying, you're going to say negative 2. So 12 times negative 2 is negative 24. Okay, go ahead and do the next two. Number 9 and number 10. Go ahead and write it down, put your box around it. So we don't have calculators yet, but you can look at the multiplication chart. That's okay. You need to look at your multiplication chart. We'll have calculators next week. All right, let's go ahead and look. We're distributing the 6. Okay, we'll get to that one. 6 times 2 is 12x. 6 times 3 is 18. So 12x plus 18. Yep, 3x minus 3. Good job. 3x minus 3. All right, the negative out front, if there's a number out here, you still have to take the negative. So circle that negative 7. I forgot to circle the 3. But whenever a negative is out front, you've got to distribute that negative. Negative 7x. Okay, what about negative 7 times a positive 5? Negative 35. There we go. Okay, this one's different because they don't have x first, but it's still the same. What is 9 times a negative 3?
9 times negative 18.
Close. One more up. Negative 27. Do y'all know the 9's trick? So 9 times 3, I hold down the third one, and I have a 2 and a 7. 9 times 2, I have a 1 and an 8. So it always works. So 9 times the 3, I hold down the third one, and I have 27. So it's negative 27 plus 9x. But mathematicians like to write the variable first. So we're going to flip-flop these. This is a positive 9 and a negative 27. So it's going to be 9x minus 27. Make sure you take the sign with it. 9x minus 27. Okay. I want y'all to go ahead and work on the rest of those.